नमो नमः, नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरिः ओम्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। So, Ravana is already in the Ashramapada with his wicked mind, his wicked plan to abduct Maithili. He says, sorry, he gives idea to Rama that he is he boasts himself that he is a Brahmin. First he calls himself Atithi. Now he says, he changes. He says, I am Brahmin and I know so many Shastras. And then he gives Rama a big list of Shastras. And then for performing Shraddha, he gives him idea that all those big ascetics, they perform Shraddha for their Pitara with Kanchana Parshvaha Nama Mrugaha. And then he says, these Mruga, Kanchana Parshva Nama Mrugaha, they are found in Himavataha Sapta Shrunge, 7th peak of Himalaya. These Mrugaha Vasanti. And now tells him, Taihi Tarpitaha Sutaphalam Pitaro Labhante, 10th verse of 5th act. Taihi Tarpitaha Sutaphalam Pitaraha Labhante. Taihi Tarpitaha means if you offer those Kanchana Mrugas in Shraddha Vidhi, Pitaraha Labhante, those Pitaras, they get sons, Suta. Suta Phalam, they get the Phala, and that Phala is getting son, Putra. Punnama naraka trayatiti putraha. For that, they want son, Putra. So by doing this, they get son. And then what happens? Many advantages he tells Rama, so that Rama will get attracted to it and he will do it. That is exactly what he wants. Hitva jaram kham upayantihi deepyamanaha. Hitva jaram. Jara is old age. From the root jru, dirgharu. Jru from this root is jirna, old. Jara is old age. Through tirna, jru, jirna. These are the roots with dirgha, ru. Jaram, hitva jaram, hitva vayohanim, that is jaram, vimuccha nirjara ityartha. They are nirjara, nirgataha, jaraha, te nirjaraha. The gods never become old. Amara, nirjara, deva. In you must have recited the verses from Amara Kosha. The first one, they describe the different words for Deva. they are ajara, amara, and their age is, they have no death, they have no old age, they are always young, tridasha. And being free from old age, they ascend to heaven. Hitva jaram kham upayantihi deepyamanaha. How they go to heaven? That is deepyamanaha. Tejasa bhrajamanaha. Kham, that is swarga, swargam upayanti. They go to swargaloka. That means vardhakya bhaya rahitaha swarge vasanti iti bhavaha. Tatha cha prasiddhi. It is known like that. Nacha khalu vayaha yavvanad anyat asti. The gods do not have, any other age than yavvana. They are always young. So then what is the next advantage? Tulyam suraihi samupayanti vimanavasam. They get vimanavasam. Suraihi tulyam. That is, vimanavasa is equated with sura. Suras, they have vimana to move around. So they also get that vimana pravasa, vimanavasa, along with sura, along with God. Here they obtain a residence in aerial cars. Vimana may be what they mean by vimana. There are different opinions. There they obtain, we should say, aerial cars. Along with the gods. They obtain residence in aerial cars along with the gods. And still more advantages. Avartibhihischa vishayaihi balat na dhriyante. Avartibhihi, it means avarta, come and go. That is janana marana. That is avarta. You are born, you are dead, you are again born, you are dead. That is janana marana. And that occurs due to brahmakari vishaya. All these vishayas, shabda, rupa, rasa, gandha, etc., those vishayas, they are brahmakari. Actually, they do not exist. We feel that they exist, but actually they are not there. And because of those brahmakari vishayas, person falls for them, then he gets attached to them, he develops vasanas, and then he cannot fulfill his desires, and because of that atrupta vasana, he is born again. If there is no vasana, there is no rebirth. But, to enjoy those vasanas, they are reborn. But if you do this vidhi, kanchana, parshva, mruga, offering at the time of shraddha vidhi, if you do this, brahmakari bhihi vishayaihi balat akrushya na dhriyante, na badhyante. They do not get bound to those brahmakari vishayas and are not forcibly drawn away by the objects of senses leading to birth and rebirth. This is the advantage. Rama says, Rama is convinced. What he says? Maithili. Aprucha putra krutakan harinan drumanscha vindhyam vanam tava sakhir dayita latascha vatsyami teshu himavad girikananeshu deeptaihi iva oshadhivanaihi uparanjiteshu. He made up his mind immediately. He is telling Maithili, Come on, let us go. Now take leave of all your friends. You have been staying here for a long time. So all those tapasis and other, ladies, they have become friends to. So you take leave of them. Then also there are trees and latas. You have putra krutakan. You have looked after them like a child. So you take leave of those trees and creepers also. Aprucha, that means amantrayasva. Amantrayasva. Amantrana and nimantrana. These are two different things. Amantrana means aprucha. Amantrana is aprucha, take leave. And nimantrana is you invite. Nimantrana is that means you invite. Amantrayasva putra krutakan. You have treated them like your putra, like your own child. So those who have treated mrugas, harinas, drumas, that means those trees and creepers there, and then animals also like harina, you have treated them like your putra. You have given them your love. You have given them food, water, and they are just like your child. So you take leave of them also. Aprucha. Vindhyam vanam tava sakhir daita latascha. This Vindhyam vanam also, take leave of these antelopes, trees, treated by you as your sons. Then Vindhyam vanam, Dandakaranya. Vindhyam vanam. In Bana's Kadambari, he describes it as Vindhyatavi. And he describes Vindhyatavi beautifully, pages after pages. Beautiful description. Vindhyam vanam tava daitaha. That means, daitaha means snehashilaha sakhihi priyavayasyaha. Your dear friends. They have developed love towards each other. So they are snehashilaha. Latascha, the creepers also. Vatsyamiteshu, aprucha means sambhavaya, take leave of. And your Vindhya forest and your dear friends and creepers. In Shakuntala also, Kalidasa is called Nisarga Kavi. So, but Bhasa has also, not forgotten Nisarga to describe Nisarga. In Shakuntala, he says, when Shakuntala is about to leave Kadamba Muni's ashrama and go to Dushyanta's Nagari, Shamaka mushti parivardhitakaha, Shamaka you have fed with Harina, with Shamaka mushti. So, na jahati sahayam. He is not leaving me. He is like my child. And so he is not leaving me, leaving my way. He comes in my way and he doesn't leave me. He doesn't allow me to go ahead. This is what. Then in Raghuvamsha also, this, concept is described. Same by Kalidasa. Amum purah pashyasi devadarum putri kruto sau vrushabhadvajena. Devadaru vruksha, that is in front of you, that is, do you see that Devadaru vruksha? Putri krutaha asau. That means you have treated that Devadaru as your child. Do you remember? He has gone this, tall. He has gone this big. He has changed into, a big tree. Vruksha. Ksham vrunoti iti vruksha. Kshmam vrunoti. It covers earth completely. That is why it is called vruksha. That is the etymology of the word vruksha. Kshmam vrunoti. You got it? Vatsyami teshu The mountain Himalaya is described as possessing herbs that blaze at night. So he says, Vatsyami teshu himavad girikananeshu diptaihi iva aushadhi vanaihi uparanjiteshu. The mountain Himalaya possesses herbs that blaze at night. Bhavanti yatra oshadhayaha rajanyam atailapuraha surata pradipaha. In Kumara, first chapter, 10th verse, he says, Bhavanti atra oshadhayaha. There are no lights. There are no lights. So if you have to light a light, then you need oil, a pot and a wick. Then only you can light a light, small light. But here, yatra oshadhayaha, the oshadhayaha, the herbs, they blaze at night. So they serve the purpose for light. Bhavanti yatra oshadhayaha rajanyam atailapuraha. They do not need oil or anything else. So that helps them, that provides them light, during their surata, during their rati. Satatam shivasannidhyat, satatam शिवसान्निध्यत्वात् इव औषधिवनैः उपरञ्जितेषु हिमवद्गिरिकाननेषु. हिमवद्गिरिकाननेषु औषधिवनैः उपरञ्जितेषु. That Girikanana is like this. Aushadhivanaihi uparanjiteshu. Why? Because he gives a reason for it. The commentator, he says it is because Satatam Shiva Sannidhyativo. Because Shiva is always with them. Because Shiva stays on Himalaya. So because of Shiva staying nearby, these Oshadhis are, they blaze at night. And then he says, I will dwell in those wild forests of snowy mountain illuminated with woods of herbs burning. It is strange. He is already thinking, his Vastavya at Himagiri Kananeshu, it's coming in front of his eyes. That he will go to Himagiri and then he will stay there, he will see such Oshadhis and then the Shiva is there and everything. Because Ravana described to him that those Kanchana Parshvam Rugaha, they drink water of Ganges which is flowing from Shiva's Shirsha. So he is also imagining that I will go and stay in Himavad Girikananeshu, Tatra nivasaha mama vanavasa vratam api nihiyate. Now if he stays in this vana or if he stays in Himavat, there is no difference. So vanavasa vratam api na hiyate uttama pitru tarpanam krutam bhavati. The best pitru tarpana will be performed. Tatra eva vasam rochaya iti ramasya ashayaha. That is what he thinks. Yat Aryaputra Ajnapayati. She has nothing to say. Whatever Rama says, she has to say yes, yes and yes to him. Pativrata. Yat Aryaputra Ajnapayati. Kausalya Mata, Ravana says, Kausalya Mata, Alam Ati Manorathena. Don't think too much of it. Don't dream too much of it because Alam Ati Manorathena. Alam Ati Manorathena. No te manushaihi drushyante. They are not easily seen by human beings. They are not easily seen by human beings. Bhagavan kim himavati prativasanti? He asks, what if do they stay in in Himagiri? Atha kim? Then te nahi pashyatu bhavan. Rama says, not at all difficult, If they stay in Himagiri Kanana, then no problem. I can definitely make it. And then he says the next verse. Sauvarnanva mrugan stan me himavan darshayati. Himavan himself will show me the Sauvarnan va mrugan stan. Himavan Sauvarnan tan mrugan me darshayati va otherwise भिन्नः मद्बाणवेगेन भिन्नः क्रौञ्चत्वं वा गमिष्यति. The mountain Himalaya will expose them to my view. He will take care. He will see that as mrugas. I don't go after mrugas, but those mrugas will come on themselves in front of me and he will show me. His confidence, Rama's confidence. Or pierced with the force of my shafts will fare like Krauncha. The mountain Krauncha, the grandson of Himalaya, being the son of Mainaka. Himalaya, his wife is Mena, and they have a son called Mainaka, and daughter we know Parvati. Mainaka, according to Harivansham, was pierced. The mountain Krauncha, the grandson of Himalaya, being the son of Mainaka, according to the Harivarsha, that Kraunchagiri was pierced through with an arrow by Kartikeya and Parshuram, hence Kartikeya was called Kraunchadarana, Darayati. He was pierced through an arrow. So he is called Kraunchadarana. This is mentioned in Meghadute. Hamsadvaram Bhrugapati Yashor Vartmatat Krauncharandram. It is so he says, I will pierce that Himalaya. So out of that fear, he will automatically on his own show me those Kanchana Parshva Prushta Mruga. Ravana says Swagatam to himself, Aho asayyaha khalu asya avalepaha. His confidence or his unbearable indeed, his avalepa, that means his garva, his avalepa, unbearable indeed, his vanity is unbearable. Then Ravana openly says, Prakasham Kausalya Mata ihastham eva bhavantam pujayati himavan. You perform your puja from here only. Ihastham eva ihatishtati iti ihasthaha. So you stay here only. Ihastham eva bhavantam pujayati himavan. See, you are here and from there only Himavan is, offering you puja. Why? Eshaha Kanchana Parshva. He has shown you Kanchana Parshva Mruga. Bhagavataha Vruddhi Esha. It's really, grateful. It is Vruddhi means Prabhava. It is the Vruddhi Prabhava. Sita says, Dishtya Aryaputro Vardhate. My Aryaputra is lucky. My husband is lucky. Rama says, no, not that. Tatasya etani bhagyani yadi swayam iha agataha arhati eshaha hi pujayam lakshmanam bruhi maithili. He says, yadi kanchana parshvaha swayam iha agataha. If he has come here on his own, then it is etani tatasya bhagyani. It is my tata is fortunate enough. It is my father's good luck that he has come here on his own. Eshaha arhati pujam iti sheshaha. I have to offer him puja. Puja vishaye. Now he says, Maithili Lakshmanam bruhi. What Maithili has to go and tell Lakshmana? Because the first sentence he has says, arhati pujam iti. That means he is going to offer puja to that Kanchana Parshva Mruga. So naturally, she knows that he needs puja sambhara, all the things which are needed for puja. So he says Lakshmana Bruhi. That means she has to go and tell Lakshmana that all the preparation should be done for puja, and my husband has to take it. Puja vishaye, pujayam is puja vishaye, arghya danadi satkritya vishaye Lakshmanam Bruhi. You deputed Lakshmana. No, what is Aryaputra nanu tirthayatrat upavartamanam kulapatim prati udgacha iti sandishtaha saumitri. She says Lakshmana is not there. Why? Because Tirthayatrat upavartamanam kulapatim, kulapatim, that is tapovana pradhanam rushi visheshaha. Some rushi must be chief in that ashrama. So he has come from, Tirthayatra. So you have deputed Lakshmana to pratyudgacha iti. So you go and help him, take his darshana, and ask him whatever he wants. If he needs anything, look after him, ask him his well-being, and then come. So Lakshmana has gone there. This is Shishtachara. This is Shishtachara, Shishta Achara, Samudachara. Now who is called Kulapati? Muninam Dasha Sahasram. Muninam Dasha Sahasram yo annadanadi poshanat adhyapayati viprarshi asau kulapati smrutaha. Muninam Dasha Sahasram, 10,000 munis he feeds, he gives them annadana and also teaches them adhyapayati. Viprarshi, Shreshtaha Vipraha. That Viprarshi is called Kulapati. These are the qualifications. Only then we can call them Kulapati. Then when Maithili tells Rama that Lakshmana is not here, you have deputed him on such and such duty. So Rama says, Te nahi ahameva yasyami. Then I'll only go. And Aryaputra, aham kim karishyami. Then he says, Shushrusayasva bhagavantam. The Atithi who has come there, he says, you offer seva to him. Yat Aryaputra adnyapayati. Nishkrantaha Rama. Rama goes away. What kind of a situation is this? Poor Sita, no? And Rama as I told you, it is strange that Rama should like an ordinary man precipitately think of residing in the Himalayan woods, believing in the words of the guest. It's really strange, All these are avashyam bhavi ghatanas. They will happen. They will take place. They are to be happened in that way only. That is why all these things are, happening. Now when Rama is gone, Lakshmana also has gone. Ravana gets upper hand. He says, Aye, ayam arghyam adaya upasarpati raghavaha. He says, here is Rama going forth with arghya. Ayam arghyam adaya upasarpati raghavaha. That Kanchana Mruga, Rama is going towards him with arghya in his hand to offer him puja. Eshaha idanim pujam anaveksham dhavantam mrugam društva dhanuhu aropayati raghavaha. Now is Raghava stringing his bow, dhanuhu aropayati, seeing the antelope, that mruga, running away, dhavantam mrugam, disregarding the honor shown to him. Rama was offering puja to him, but that mruga, disregarding this honor shown to him, is running away. Aho balam, aho viryam, aho satvam, aho javaha, Rama ityaksharaihi alpaihi sthane vyaptam idam jagat. The kind of, the speed, all the actions of Rama, he observes. Ravana is there sitting. He is observing all these actions of Rama, and this comes in his mind that aho balam, aho balam, aho iti ascharye, aho balam. Balam is shaririki shakti. We have seen this before. Shaririki shakti is called bala. Aho balam, aho viryam. That viryam is antarika utsaha. Valor. The antarika utsaha is virya. We have seen the verse also. Adityasya namaskaran ye kurvanti dine dine dirghamayuh balaviryam tejas tesham jayate. In that we had discussed about this bala and virya. You remember? Viryam is antarikaha utsaha. Then aho satvam. Satvam is dhira bhavaha. Satva. Sat means being. And sattvam means tasya bhavaha. Sattvam, dhira bhavaha. Then aho javaha. Aho java. Java means vega, the speed. Dhanushi bana yojana shigratayam atra java. So quickly, he put his arrow on his bow. That was really worth appreciating. So he was, struck with wonder that how could he do so? His bala is, extreme, it's wonderful. And then he further says, Rama iti aksharaihi alpaihi etaihi alpaihi, little, small, very few, aksharaihi. Rama, only two varnas. Aksharaihi jagad vyaptam iti sthane khalu. The whole world. Etadrusha lokottara ramasya yuktam kirtya jagat vyapanam iti. He is lokottara Rama, and because he has, vyapta, He is, he has, all over world, everybody is worshipping him. It is because of all these things. Sthane khalu jagad vyaptam iti, so that means etadrushaha lokottara ramasya yuktam kirtya jagad vyapanam iti. Oh, his physical strength, oh, his prowess, oh, his mettle, oh, his speed. The whole world is pervaded with the two short syllables Rama. Then he says, Eshaha mrugaha ekapluta atikranta sharavishayaha vanagahanam pravishtaha. Eshaha mrugaha. Here has the deer ekapluta atikranta sharavishayaha. With one bound, ekapluta. Pluta means jumping. When a manduka, a frog, does not, walk like this. He will always, jump, again jump and move forward. That is called manduka pluti. This way he covers his distance. So when there is short of time and lot is to be explained, we do manduka pluti. Teach something here, live in between, go further, teach something there, and then try to cover the topic like manduka. So this is pluti. Pluti means jump. So with one bound, the deer has, gone beyond the range of his arrow. He has already put the arrow on his bow, but the deer, with one bound has, entered the dense forest, could not be seen by Rama. Vanagahanam pravishtaha. Sita, now he is looking, the moment that Mruga disappeared, he was sure that Rama will go after him. In that Vanagahana, in that Gahane Vane, Rama will go. And that Ravana anticipated. And he was, during that time, Sita is little afraid. She gets some intuition maybe. She says, Atmagatam, Aryaputra virahitaya bhayam me atra utpadyate. My husband is not near me. This fellow is sitting here, Atithi. So I am afraid. It creates fear in me. What to do? And then Ravana, he says, Atmagatam. To himself, he says, Mayaya aparute Rame Sitam ekam tapovanat harami rudatim balam amantroktam iva ahutim. Amantroktam iva ahutim. The same concept, same, description we had studied before. The same thing has come here. Mayaya aparute. Mayaya, that is mayam prayujya, kanchana mrugachalena iti arthaha. Kanchana mrugachalena, he created Maya, and due to that Maya, mayam prayujya, aparute, that means duradesham nite Rame. Mayaya aparute Rame, that means mayam prayujya, Rame duradesham nite. Sitam ekam tapovanat. Ekam means she is asahayam. There is nobody to help her. Lakshmana is also not there. See her luck. Poor Sita. Ekam asahayam. She is asahaya. There is no one to help her. So ata eva rudatim. Ata eva, that's why, see, when person is helpless, then he cries. So, akrosha, akroshantim, rudatim means akroshantim. Now, Sitam ekam tapovanat harami. How is Sita? Rudatim. Huh? Rudatim balam. She is young lady, She is not prouda also. She is young lady, Sita. And I will, harami. I will take her and I will abduct her. Aparuta, And how? Without the recitations of the mantras. We have seen this before. A mantra okta. A mantra okta. That means without reciting mantras. Ahutim. Ahutim, that is havyam. Tapovanat sitam harami apanayami. Etena ravanasya ramat bhayam vyanjitam. In front of Rama, he could not have dared to look at, to abduct Sita. He made sure that Rama is away. And he knew that Lakshmana is also not there, because that shows that he had bhaya. He has expressed that in the previous verse, that aho balam, aho viryam, aho sattvam, aho java. That means he knew that Rama is so powerful. In his presence, I will never be able to abduct Sita. So he had to employ Maya here. Mayaya aparuta. Sita, she tries to go in the Uttaja. Uttaja means her ashrama. Sita yavat Uttajam praveshami. And now she tries to go in the ashrama. Now swarupam gruhitva. Now he is, that whatever disguise he was in, Atithi's disguise, in the guise of Atithi, all that he gives up. And then comes swarupam gruhitva. In his original rupa, he comes there. And he says, Site tishtha, tishtha. There is firmness in his voice. There is dvirukti also. That means you can't go from here. You don't move from here. You will not be able to move from here. So he says, Tishtha, Tishtha. Sita sabhayam. She is afraid now. She is scared. She says, Ka idanimayam. Now who is he? Who can this person be now? Kim no janishe? You don't know me? And now he describes himself. First time when he came as Atithi, he had described himself in a different way. And now his original rupa he has assumed. And in that his original rupa, he is describing himself. How? We will see. Yuddhe yena suraha sadanava ganaha shakradayaha nirjitaha društva shurpanakha virupakaranam shrutva hatau bhratarau darpat durmatim aprameya balinam ramam vilobhya chalaihi saha tvam hartumana vishalanayane praptaha asmi aham ravanaha. He tells her straightforward that I am Ravana. Yuddhe yena. He calls her Vishalanayane, whose eyes are, broad and beautiful and big, lotus-like eyes. Vishalanayane, beautiful. Vishalanayane, Vishale means ayate lochane. Nayane, ayate lochane, nayane yasyaha sa. Yuddhe yena suraha sadanavaganaha. Suraha means gods. Sadanavaganaha, along with Danava also, Asuras also. Shakradayaha, Indra was also won by him. They were all defeated by him. Nirjitaha, Niravashesham, Parastaha. all they are defeated by me. Saha aham Ravanaha. Shurpanakhayaha, that is, she was his sister. Shurpanakha Virupakaranam, deformation, her nose was cut, Nasacheda Adina Vairupya Sampadanam Drishtva. She had gone there with, wicked intention behind in her mind. So her nose was cut, so that was an insult. His sister's nose was cut, that was an insult. So that also he had kept in mind. Hatau Bhatarau, slaughter of my two brothers. He has killed my two brothers also. Khara and Dushana, those two were killed by Rama. So that is also he kept in mind. And Shrutva Akarnya, who through pride, Darpat, who through pride, Durmatim Aprameya Balinam Ramam Vilobhya Chalaihi. Darpat, Durmatim Aprameya Balinam. Aprameya Balinam means Aganita Sainyam. Aprameya Balinam Ramam Chalaihi, that is, Tvam, by deceiving him, Chalaihi, Vilobhyattam Tvam, Hartumanaha, Tvat Apaharanam Kartum Praptaha Asmim. I have made all the arrangement that Rama is gone by Chalaihi. I have deceived him and he has gone now. And plus, I have all those things in my mind. So, for Pratishodha, to take revenge of all that, I have come here. And now I am going to abduct you and I am going to take you away with me. Oh, then Sita says, Ravana Nama. Ravano Nama. Then, Ravanasya Chakshur Vishayam Agata Kvayasyasi. Now you are within my drishtik shaper, in my, you are around me. My drishti is around here. And Chakshu Vishayam Agata, that means you are in front of me. When I can see you, you are the Vishaya of my Chakshu. So that means I can see you. And when I can see you, how can you go? Where will you go? That is the question he asks her. Sita says, Aryaputra paritrayasva, help me. She cries, Saumitre paritrayasva. She shouts that at least, if Lakshmana is returning from his duties, he may hear my voice, he may hear my call. Or may Rama listen to my call. Or if anybody is around this ashrama, he may hear my call and come to my help. So she is akrosha, she is crying that Aryaputra paritrayasva, Saumitre paritrayasva. Now Ravana says, Site shruyatam mat parakramaha. Now listen to my parakrama, listen to my valor, listen to my, how, parakrami I am. And he describes, Bhagnaha Shakraha, Kampito Vittanathaha, Krushtaha Somaha, Marditaha Suryaputraha, Dhik Bho Swargam Bhita Daivai Nishtvinishtam. Swarga deva bhita devaihi nivishtaha. Swargam bhita devaihi nivishtaha. Dhanyaha bhumihi vartate yatra Sita. He says, Shakraha, Bhagnaha Shakraha, Indraha, Bhagnaha, that means Yuddhe Parajitaha. Kampitaha Vittanathaha. Vittanatha is Kubera. Kubera is Vittanatha. Now he is Kampitaha, that means Bhayena Chalitaha. He was, shivering with fear. He was shivering with fear, Krushtaha Somaha. Soma is, Chandra. Somaha Krushtaha. That means Karshitaha. Karshitaha. Swa Avasa Deshat Akrushya Swaprasada Shikhare Stapitaha. You know what I have done? I pulled the Chandra and I put him on my avasa, so that I get all the pleasures from Chandra. That is my power. I have, Nirjita, Chandra also, Shakra also, Kubera also. Then Marditaha Suryaputraha. Suryaputra is also Marditaha. That means Suryaputra is Yama. He is also Marditaha. Suryaputra is Marditaha. That means Manapamana Karanena Nistejakaha Krutaha Ityarthaha. Yama also, the strong, Krutanta is very strong, Balavat. We have seen how Balavat Krutanta is. But I have, made him lose his power also. Bhita Devaihi. Bhita Devaihi means Bhiru Swabhavaihi Suraihi. He feels the Devas are, coward. They have no strength. So they are afraid of me. And that is why Bhiru Swabhavaihi Suraihi Nivishtam Adhishtritam Swargam Bhik. All those who are in the Swarga, they are coward gods. They are not Parakrami at all in front of me. Such are the gods, and they are in the Swarga. Swarge Adhishtitani. Sa Bhumi Iyam Dharitri Dhanyaha. Idam Dharitri Dhanya. Prashausaniya. Yatra Sita Sadrushi Ramaniya Guna Saundarya Stri Vartate. So this Bhumi is Dhanya. Indra, he says, what he wants to say is, Indra was overpowered and the Lord of Wealth Kubera was made to quake with fear. Soma was dragged. Surya's son Yama was crushed by me. O fie upon heaven that is inhabited by timid gods. And blessed is this earth where dwells Sita. Now, Sita, she has no way but to call people for her help. So she cries and says, Aryaputra Paritrayasva, Aryaputra Paritrayasva, Saumitre Paritrayasva Mam. She keeps on, doing this akrosha. Ravana says, Ramam va sharanam upehi Lakshmanam va. Seek the protection from Rama or Lakshmana. Swargastham Dasaratham eva va Narendram, or of Narendra, Dasaratha himself. Kim va syat kupurusha sausritaihi vachobhihi na vyaghram mrugashishavaha pragharshayanti. He is so boastful. He says, I am so parakrami, my strength is so much. You call Rama, or you call Lakshmana, or You can call Dasaratha also. He is Narendra and he is in Swarga. From Swargaloka, you call Dasaratha also. Nothing will happen. Nobody can afford to stand in front of me. This is what he says. And then there is Upama, which Bhasa has used. Kimva, he says, Kimva syat, Kimva syat kupurusha saushritaihi vachobhi na vyagram mrugashishavaha pragharshayanti. Vyagram mrugashishavaha na pragharshayanti, na pidayanti. Vyagram, Vyagra, tiger. Mrugashishavaha, the young ones of Mruga, deer, they don't trouble tiger because they know their strength. Tiger, they cannot, go in front of tiger, or you cannot face tiger. So they never go in front of tiger. So similarly, now he is comparing this Mruga Shishavaha, the young ones of the deer, with Rama, Lakshmana and Swargastha Dasaratha. See how boastful he is. So, this is Upama used by Bhasa. Few alankaras, he uses, but they are very well, applied, at the right places. Again Sita cries, Aryaputra, Paritrayasva, Paritrayasva. Then Ravana says, no. Now he, tells her something else, which is, disgusting. Which is disgusting to read. That we will see next time, what Ravana tells Sita. So, we will see that verse in our next visit. The verse is small, simple. We will see that in our next visit. So, we conclude here for the time being. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.